It is unclear to me what terrible dark force almost instantly propelled Pokemon to the top of Nintendo's mighty profit machine, but I intend to find out. Not by playing the game, but by turning this 1-minute scribble into a masterpiece. See you inside. Greetings all, my name is Kontrol. I'm a professional artist, a huge fan of classic Marvel and DC Comics. You're watching the latest in a series of gaming pinup videos, so if you like what you see, think about hitting the like button on your way out and subscribe for more. Okay gang, if you read the description, you already know I'm not a fan of the Pokemon game series, but understand this is not because I think it's hot trash. Anyone who's ever paid attention to the commentary on this channel knows we take no prisoners when a game sucks.
If you suck, you're out of luck.
Oh, write that down, kid. That's going on a t-shirt.
On it.
I haven't played Pokemon because it's not my type of game. The end. I have no reason to believe that it's not the absolute pinnacle of its particular niche, something that's easy enough to judge from its sales, which during its 90s Game Boy heyday were awe-inspiring. Seriously, it filled multiple top slots in the sales charts on a monthly basis for literal years. Did Nintendo make a Faustian pact with Satan? You know, like Rockstar Games and the New England Patriots? No, I don't think so. The success of Pokemon has been sustained for decades now. It can't be explained away as one of those weird cultural oddities that catches a wave of hype for a year, then quietly goes away. We avoid that stuff like the plague here.
Kontrol, those fidget spinners you ordered arrived today.
Yes! I'll check them out after I've recorded my Ice Bucket Challenge video.
Wow, you really got your finger on the pulse, Kontrol.
Now, not having played the game means I can't offer the usual first-hand commentary on my gameplay experiences. I mean, I could lie and pretend I've beaten every Pokemon game ever, but I'm a person of supreme integrity, and honesty is my first principle, as I explained to the leader of that international terrorist group I eliminated back in '92.
It's weird how that incident was scrubbed from the news archives. I mean, it's not every day someone single-handedly rescues the president.
At the time, I was told, "We have to keep a lid on this, Kontrol." The point is, I admit I haven't played the game, so I'm forced to turn to third parties for a bit of background. Just a bit, from the sacred wiki of divine truth. Pokemon was created by Satoshi Tajiri in 1995. The franchise began with Pokemon Red and Blue for the original Game Boy handheld, and published by Nintendo in 1996. It is now the highest grossing media franchise of all time, with $90 billion in total franchise revenue. The player navigates the hero through a fictional region of Kanto in a quest to master Pokemon battling. The goal of the games is to become the champion of the Indigo League by defeating the 8 gym leaders, and then the Elite 4 Pokemon trainers. Red and Blue utilize the Game Link cable, which connects 2 Game Boy systems together and allowed Pokemon to be traded or battled between games. I think I've read elsewhere that Pokemon is also the second best-selling game series in the history of ever. But what is the best-selling game series of all, I hear you ask?
I didn't hear anything.
It's Mario! Another huge game series that hasn't made the cut for this channel. I mean, look at him. Although some might argue that the top spot belongs to Tetris, but that game has been given away for free so much I don't trust the numbers. Show me the receipts, Alexi.
I don't see a Tetris pinup in the cards for this channel either.
Yeah, right after I'm done drawing Pong. Okay, so I don't play Pokemon, but who cares? I watched the cartoon back in the day, which I'm told basically follows the progression of the original games. Kind of a shame given how that pretty much negated any real character progression for the human characters. And the big reason I didn't watch it for very long. Now, even then, I was older than the show's target demographic, but being an older viewer of the show did allow me to enjoy some of the clever naming quirks. There always seemed to be a coherent logic around how Pokemon like Charmander, Ekans, and Horsey refer to real-world creatures.
What's an Ekans in the real world?
Okay, I said their names refer to real-world creatures, like simple verbal puzzles to solve.
Okay, I get it. Ekans is snake, spelled backwards. and Arbok is Cobra.
Correct. Mix the word charred with salamander, chameleon, or lizard, and you've got Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. Fun stuff, right?
What about Pikachu?
Would you believe a Pika is a tiny mouse-like furry creature?
Probably. I believe that you eliminated an international terrorist group, didn't I?
Anyway, my favorite naming convention of all was the three main human characters, which, unless I'm mistaken, are each meant to refer to a different element. Brock equals rock, Misty equals water, and Ash equals fire. In the cases of Brock and Misty, this also ties in with their particular expertise with rock and water Pokemon respectively. In the back of my mind, I've always suspected this might have influenced J.K. Rowling's naming of Hogwarts and the individual houses therein. Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin.
I think Ravenclaw is a bit on the nose.
She also named her werewolves Lupin and Fenrir Greyback. Yeah, she was definitely a fan. Like all the best kids shows, Pokemon had a sense of humor adults could appreciate, and a nice running theme of achieving greatness through dedication. It kinda made you root for the hero. Unlike the best kids shows, the story is all about the quest and not the people taking it, so there are very few dramatic developments besides the bigger tournament level Pokemon battles. Even the occasional departure of Ash's individual Pokemon and human friends are weirdly unceremonious.
Yeah, bye, Brock. Bye, Pidgeot. Have a nice life. What do you expect from a kid who abandons his single mother at 10 years old?
So the TV show was never particularly interested in the kind of character-driven epic narrative that other children's anime were serving up at the time. While that might make the original Pokemon series less than desirable repeat viewing, it didn't impact the first-run popularity of the show, which I think were the best ratings ever in the States for a show that originated in Japan. As I've mentioned before on the channel, I've worked for several years designing t-shirts for licensed properties, and Pokemon was one of them. What I learned during that time was retail stores were only interested in the original starter Pokemon. In other words, if I presented my art director with a beautiful Cyndaquil shirt design, he'd laugh and ask for the real design with Pikachu on it. Okay, we could use the other Pokemon, but that was generally limited to the original starting lineup. You know the lineup. Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and of course,
Pikachu. Oh, wow, Kontrol. You're really bad at doing cartoon voices.
am I now?
Yeah, hey, wait a minute.
Nintendo also had to approve
I'm
every
getting scared
shirt,
now.
and they had a bunch of weird rules, like the Pokemon all had to be roughly the same distance from the camera in correct scale, meaning no perspective shots with a single extra large figure closer than the others. A stupid rule created by some corporate imbecile that I'm taking great pleasure in breaking right now in this pinup. Pikachu is exactly where he should be, at the very top of the visual hierarchy, surrounded by Pokemon's best known supporting cast, with their master lurking proudly in the background. Suck it, Nintendo! Now, including the black sheep of the Pokemon starting lineup, Pidgeotto was never gonna happen. But I was wrestling with the possibility of using Charizard over the adorable Charmander. Charizard is just as, or maybe even more popular than Charmander, so it would make just as much sense to include Charizard. Thing is, that winged bastard is huge compared to the others and would have been harder to work into the composition. So, Vader's quick and easy path for the win, yet again. Yeah, I know, it's all fun and games until molten lava is melting the flesh off your severed limbs. On the other hand, let the record show that drawing a furry Pikachu is way harder than drawing that smooth cartoon creature. And you can thank Detective Pikachu for that particular flourish, for showing me that look actually works on him. Does it work though? Let me know in the comments if you like the pinup, after hitting the like button. Make sure to subscribe if it's not too much trouble, and make it double, because Pokemon will be back next week. No Pokemon commentary is complete without bringing up Team Rocket. I think a Wobbuffet has skin like a baby seal. What do you think?